Yes, sir. Booyah, all of his hard work pays off.
And that's what God has called us to do. He wants us to have a relationship with Him. That way we're open for things to happen.
There's the Tabasco.
Look at that. Yes, this is why you go fishing.
Hey guys, I'm David. I'm going to be showing you how to put together a tomahawk today. I sent Justin a picture of this when it came in the mail, and he said, "Hey David, you know what would be cool? You should do a build video and we'll put it on Reclaimed." And I thought to myself, I'm not interesting enough to be on a YouTube video, Justin, and I don't know that there's enough to this to make a video. We'll see how it goes. So I'm going to be using my dad's shop because he has an anvil and it takes a little bit of slapping around. If you see anything in the background that you want to use, you better call him because none of this stuff is mine. This is the Columbia River Knife and Tool Woods Chogan. Costs about $40. Sheath sold separately. Now, when it comes in the mail, this is what it looks like. You may be asking yourself, why would you take that apart before you start the video? Well, I already did this once to make sure I knew what I was doing before I showed it to you. Now there's basically two ways you can do this. The traditional way is put the head on it, tap it down and seat it, and leave it alone. I don't know that I'm going to use it enough to trust that method of seating the head. The idea being that it just seats itself over time. So what you need is a handle, you need an axe head, you need something hard to hit it on, and for me, as fine a grain sandpaper as possible. Some people probably can get away with less, but we'll see. I need as soft a touch as I can get. So, first thing you do is put the head on, give it a few solid taps on the anvil, something heavy. After you do that, you will note you've dug up a groove around the head. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but you can imagine that the head wears a little ring around the edge. What you do after that is you just grind that lip down a little bit with your sandpaper. I didn't bring anything in here to wipe this off. And basically you wash, rinse, repeat. Now, you know you're finished when you start to see that there is very little gap around the handle and the head, and that means that you've seated it as close as you can. You do not want to overdo this because eventually the head's just going to fly off the end and you have to get a new handle. So you want to be careful not to do that. As far as a product review, I love this. I watched The Last of the Mohicans a couple of weeks ago and I decided I needed a tomahawk. So Amazon Prime hooked me up. This goes for about 40 bucks. Comes out of the box sharp. All you gotta do is seat the head. There is a sheath sold separately. I feel like having a tomahawk, or rather being able to use small hand tools, it's the kind of thing a man ought to know how to do. You should know how to do as many things as possible for your own self. You know, cutting firewood, starting a fire, being able to tell north and south in the woods. But I hope you got some kind of information out of this. If you were thinking about buying a hatchet, I definitely recommend this one. Take it easy.